Small, sweet, and seemingly familiar, strawberries still hide many surprises, from premium varieties with near-perfect shapes sold at luxurious prices, to giant strawberries weighing as much as 289 grams that challenge ordinary expectations. And alongside that rarity, becoming one of the world's most common foods.
On another part of its journey, strawberries today are no longer grown only in open fields, but have also entered modern cultivation systems such as greenhouses and hydroponics, where the plants no longer depend entirely on soil or weather, but are grown through advanced farming systems and precise environmental control technologies. Every year, more than 10 million tons of strawberries are harvested worldwide, allowing strawberries to appear everywhere from food and beverages to perfumes and cosmetics, becoming part of modern life, connected both to everyday moments and to luxurious experiences.
And this difference does not only come from the way humans grow or use strawberries, but also from the meanings we have attached to them over hundreds of years. As early as ancient Rome, with their deep red color and heart-like shape, strawberries were seen as the symbol of the goddess of love, Venus. Through the centuries, strawberries have never been just an ordinary fruit. They carry within them many layers of meaning, cultural stories, and timeless legends. Yet before becoming a global symbol, that journey always begins from the smallest things, not from a ripe fruit, but from a tiny seed placed into the soil. From there, the life cycle begins, from young plants to small white flowers, then forming into sweet red strawberries. But to reach that very moment, not every berry can survive. So for a strawberry to appear before our eyes, what kind of journey must it endure? To answer that question, we will begin from the place where everything truly happens, from the fields. Strawberries were not always large, red, and perfect as they are today. In the 14th century, the French began bringing strawberries from the forest into gardens to cultivate and harvest fruit, turning a wild berry into a crop. But it took hundreds of years before strawberries truly became what we know today. The first cultivated varieties were grown in the region of Brittany, France, at the end of the 18th century. But over time, they rose to become a valuable commercial agriculture industry. And to see this transformation clearly, we must leave Europe and go to California, which produces more than 90% of the strawberry yield of the United States. On this land, fields of strawberries stretching for tens of kilometers have turned a small fruit into a massive industry. In commercial agriculture, strawberries are rarely grown from seed. Instead, farmers choose the method of runner propagation, which offers a high survival rate and produces fruit after only 2 to 3 months. Healthy runners taken from the mother plant are placed into small soil pots, kept moist for about 15 to 30 days until the roots grow strong. By the end of 2025, California's strawberry empire had expanded to nearly 42,885 acres of farmland, an increase of 1.3% compared to the previous year. To meet that scale, beyond the fields, workers bustle with large tractors, plowing and shaping ridges across dozens of hectares in a single day, each furrow opening a new breath for the soil. They prepare the land as a solid foundation for thousands of young plants soon to be brought in. The soil is plowed deep for aeration and ridged for good drainage, then enriched with organic fertilizer and carefully treated manure. Thanks to this, land once barren becomes full of vitality, ready to nurture strawberries on their journey of growth and fruiting. The key factors for a successful harvest are a favorable location and fertile soil. Farmers cover the surface with organic materials such as straw or wood mulch. This layer helps retain moisture, suppress weeds, and keep the fruit clean from splashing soil, dry, and less prone to rot. Beyond natural straw, some farms also use biodegradable mulch sheets, both convenient and sustainable. Yet, this cover cannot last forever. When autumn arrives, the straw must be removed, as accumulated moisture can create conditions for fungi and insects to thrive. The work may seem simple, laying the sheets, fixing them with steel wires, then cutting holes to place the plants. But it is precisely this step that marks the beginning of the journey toward those future red, glistening strawberries. Strawberries grow best in fertile soil, well-drained and slightly acidic. If the soil is too heavy or poor in nutrients, farmers will plant on raised beds to improve drainage and help the roots grow deeper. When planting begins, the spacing between plants and rows is carefully calculated to ensure each plant has enough room to grow. The crown must be placed level with the soil surface. Too deep will cause root rot, while too high will leave the plant dry and stunted. And this process is supported by automatic planting machines, which maintain precise spacing across wide areas. Thanks to this, farmers can significantly reduce labor costs while ensuring uniformity of the crop and optimizing yield across the entire field. Irrigation is a crucial step to ensure a successful harvest. After the process of planting strawberries is completed, farmers begin installing rotary irrigation systems, automatic devices that use rotating sprinklers to distribute water evenly across wide areas, reducing waste while still ensuring that plants receive sufficient moisture. Strawberries are a crop that requires frequent watering, especially during fruiting, with each plant needing, on average, about 150 to 200 milliliters of water per day. Yet irrigation is not simply about supplying water. Growers must avoid wetting the crown and the fruit, since excess moisture can create conditions for fungal diseases, particularly gray mold. The timing of irrigation also plays a decisive role. Morning is the most suitable time, allowing leaves and fruit the whole day to dry, reducing the risk of infection. With such careful attention, strawberry fields promise a healthy and abundant harvest. To ensure sustainable growth and maintain productivity, nutrition is also an indispensable factor. Under conditions where the soil is regularly mulched and rich in nutrients, strawberry plants rarely need additional fertilizer. However, when yields decline, growers will scatter potassium-rich granules in spring or use balanced, slow-release fertilizer right from the time of planting, then continue supplementing throughout the growing season. Those tiny granules act like a silent source of energy, nourishing the strawberry plants through each stage of development. When the strawberry fields begin to show their colors, that is also the moment when the season enters its first crucial stage. Millions of honeybees are brought to the farms with a single mission: to pollinate each flower. If this process does not succeed, the strawberries will become misshapen, uneven, and lose their commercial value. These diligent workers, supplied by companies specializing in pollination services, are the silent force behind the fruiting of orchards and strawberry fields. Each buzz, each gentle landing contributes to transforming the small white blossoms into sweet, red, glistening strawberries. When the plants enter the stage of flowering and fruiting, protection from the weather becomes all the more essential. Late frost can damage blossoms, causing the fruit to develop the black eye phenomenon, so farmers cover the plants with biological fabric, burlap sacks, or old sheets to keep them warm overnight. But challenges do not come only from the weather. Birds and squirrels are constantly watching for ripe strawberries. Growers build frames of bamboo or wood, stretching reused nets tightly to prevent animals from intruding. Wire mesh is especially effective in keeping squirrels away. After harvest, the protective coverings are removed, returning space to the birds to search for insects and maintain natural balance. Some growers even choose to cultivate strawberries inside specialized cages for fruit trees, both safe and sustainable, creating a harmonious ecosystem between humans and nature. In Japan, famous varieties such as Amau and Tochiotome are nurtured inside modern greenhouses where every factor is strictly controlled. The plants are grown in substrates like coconut fiber or peat, irrigated by drip systems several times a day, with temperature, humidity, and ventilation kept stable. Hanging troughs at hip level make care and harvesting convenient, producing cleaner and more uniform fruit. Even pollination is managed with bees and supplemental LED lighting, turning farmers into operators of year-round production systems. In the same spirit, Dyson, renowned for household technology, has invested in agriculture with a high-tech strawberry farm in Lincolnshire, England. The farm spans 26 acres, cultivating more than 1.2 million plants and yielding about 1,250 tons of strawberries annually. Its highlight is the hybrid vertical growing system, a 5.5-meter high frame rotating slowly like a Ferris wheel, harnessing natural light and adding LED when needed. Though still experimental, HVGS has already shown yields increased by 250% and created 2.5 times more growing space. Beyond rotating frames, Dyson has built an entire technological ecosystem. Continuous irrigation and drainage, robots harvesting ripe fruit, UV robots against fungi, robots releasing beneficial insects, along with AI and sensors to monitor climate and supplement CO2. This model connects to an anaerobic digestion plant, supplying electricity, heat, and organic fertilizer, forming a closed-loop cycle. From Japan to England, these models demonstrate that modern agriculture is not merely about planting crops, but about designing entire systems, efficient, clean, sustainable, and proactive, aiming for year-round production of high-quality strawberries and reducing dependence on imports. Even when grown under nearly perfect conditions, the journey of a strawberry truly begins only when the fields turn red. That is not a sign of ending, but precisely the moment when the race against time begins. Strawberries are among the few fruits that do not continue to ripen after harvest. Once removed from the plant, their flavor stops at that very point. The greatest challenge lies in choosing the right moment. If left to ripen fully on the plant, strawberries become soft, easily bruised, and difficult to transport long distances. Conversely, harvesting too early produces firmer and more attractive fruit, but the flavor has not yet reached its ideal sweetness. Farmers, therefore, must make a delicate decision, not to select the best-looking fruit, but to choose the most suitable time so that the fruit can survive the journey ahead. And not every berry passes this stage. Those too small, too misshapen, or bearing even the slightest blemish are discarded right there in the field. Harvesting strawberries is a task that demands skill and experience. Farmers pick only when the fruit reaches its ideal ripeness, evenly red, plump, and releasing a gentle fragrance. To preserve quality, harvesting usually takes place in the early morning or late afternoon, when the weather is cool and less affected by heat. Each strawberry is hand-picked, with the stem snapped about a quarter of the way down to avoid bruising the fruit. However, some farms have begun transitioning to automation, installing and using automatic strawberry harvesters equipped with robotic arms and sensors that identify ripe fruit to assist farmers. This harvesting process continues for many weeks, since a single strawberry plant can yield multiple harvests. Typically, every 3 to 4 days, every subsequent decision, from handling and sorting to packaging, directly affects the flavor, freshness, and the strawberry's ability to survive the path of transportation. After being harvested and loaded onto trucks, strawberries are quickly transported to processing facilities to ensure freshness. Here, they are sorted and packaged. And although all are strawberries, each fruit meets a different destiny. Those evenly ripe, bright red or deep red, well-shaped, firm, and still bearing intact green stems are carefully selected, neatly arranged, and packed to become fresh products displayed in supermarkets. These are the very berries that consumers usually see on shelves after their long journey from farm to store. Meanwhile, fruits that are overripe, soft, oversized, misshapen, or slightly bruised during transport but not spoiled are sent to other factories to be processed into strawberry jam or byproducts. Finally, those of poor quality, severely crushed, or with abnormal odors are completely discarded. Rather than being discarded, they are used for their naturally higher sweetness, often found in overripe or slightly bruised fruit, to be processed into jams and byproducts, ensuring that their flavor continues to be enjoyed and never wasted. To create delicious jars of strawberry jam, the production process begins with the strict selection of raw materials, keeping only the freshest fruit. After being cleaned by modern systems, strawberries are chilled to preserve their flavor and nutrients. Next, the fruit is cooked in large industrial kettles, with temperature and consistency carefully controlled. Skilled workers directly supervise, taste, and adjust to ensure balanced flavor and smooth texture. Once complete, the jam is cooled, checked for quality one final time, and packed into bright red glass jars ready for consumers. Thanks to this process, strawberry jam is not only tasty and safe, but also retains the fresh flavor as if just picked from the garden. This is how strawberries that might not meet the standard for direct sale continue their journey, transformed into another product, still carrying their distinctive value and taste. Beyond being processed into jams or drinks extracted from strawberry flavor, this fruit also appears in many dishes marked by cultural identity. In the United Kingdom, the combination of fresh strawberries and whipped cream has become a classic summer dessert. Meanwhile, strawberries sold in supermarkets must undergo a long process of commercialization. They are harvested from high-quality farms, picked at optimal ripeness, carefully selected, then washed, destemmed, and meticulously packaged. To preserve flavor, color, and nutrients, many shipments are treated with quick freezing technology, which prevents large ice crystals from damaging the fruit's structure. Cold storage at 2 to 5 degrees Celsius during transport means that supermarket strawberries sometimes differ slightly in taste and texture compared to fresh farm berries. This is why you may encounter off-season strawberries on supermarket shelves. One side offers a raw, tender experience right at the source. The other ensures commercial consistency, uniformity, and wide distribution. And behind all those processes lies not only the preservation of a fruit, but the effort to retain the values within it. Strawberries are a remarkable source of nutrition. Just 100 grams provide up to 71% of the daily requirement for vitamin C, while also being rich in manganese and supplying several other vitamins and minerals in moderate amounts. In addition, they contain almost no fat and deliver only about 33 kilocalories per 100 grams, far lower than many other fruits. It is precisely this combination of high nutrients yet low energy that makes strawberries an ideal choice in healthy diets, weight loss plans, or in drinks, syrups, and spreads. The image of Wimbledon spectators enjoying thrilling matches while savoring strawberries with cream has become a symbol closely tied to this prestigious tournament. In Japan, one encounters Ichigo Daifuku soft mochi cakes filled with sweet bean paste blended with a fresh, juicy strawberry inside. Since strawberries usually ripen in spring, this confection has also become part of Japan's spring culinary culture, bringing a sense of freshness and elegance. Meanwhile, in the United States, chocolate-dipped strawberries are associated with love and romance. They are a popular gift during Valentine's Day. The person credited with creating this treat is Lorraine LaRusso in the 1960s, when she first dipped strawberries in chocolate and sold them on Mother's Day at a gourmet food shop in Chicago. From then on, chocolate-covered strawberries quickly became a symbol of sweetness and affection. Moreover, strawberries are closely tied to many cultural activities and festivals around the world. In Morocco, the annual International Strawberry Festival is an occasion for growers to showcase the finest varieties of North Africa to friends from all directions. In Japan, the lively atmosphere of strawberry festivals fills the winter and early spring, most prominently in Yokohama. Visitors can enjoy hundreds of dishes made from strawberries, while also experiencing strawberry picking directly in the gardens, a way to connect with nature. In Vietnam, Dalat offers a similar experience. Tourists can hand-pick ripe strawberries and taste them right in the fields. These activities have turned strawberries into more than just a sweet fruit. They have become a cultural bridge, bringing joy and shared experiences to people everywhere. Across the world, strawberries have moved beyond the role of food to become part of spiritual life. They appear in national signature desserts and in festivals where people share joy together. For this reason, strawberries have become a global symbol of sweetness, happiness, love, and deeper layers of meaning. The journey of the strawberry is a vivid testament to human creativity and perseverance. From the meticulous care in the fields to the application of modern technology in production, each step contributes to creating fruit that is both delicious and valuable. Yet strawberries are not merely a type of fruit. They are tied to the story of nutrition and health, to distinctive dishes of many cultures, to artistic and literary symbols that have endured for centuries, and to vibrant festivals that connect communities.